heard that Professor DeMeo was amazing. I was blown away with the students that had her previously. They were speaking French, they were asking questions in French, and Professor DeMeo was speaking nothing but French, and these students understood her. I was totally blown away, and that's just a testament of what a good teacher she is.
And I can honestly tell you that this was the most amazing experience for me. Professor DeMeo is passionate about everything she does. You can tell by the way she teaches her classes. It wasn't just straight grammar, it was watching movies, it was learning about culture, it was learning about heritage. I feel like everything that I learned makes me a more well-rounded person. This has totally just set me off on a whole new path, all new possibilities. I highly recommend Rachele for whether you just want to brush up on your abilities or whether you're just a brand new learner. She gives you tips on how to study, when to study, what to do after your classes, after we're finished. I have a whole new game plan.
Yeah. She, some professors would say, listen to French music, but she'll say, what kind of French music do you listen, or what kind of music do you listen to? And then she'll give you the links to listen to it. Or she doesn't just say, watch some French films, she'll give you a link. Here are some French films to watch. Or now, je parle français et
oui, je parle français, oui.
Or just ask any of her students. She's great, and you'll be able to speak French.
She is.
Well, that's another thing is she'll encourage you to find a pen pal, but she gives you the links to find a pen pal. I mean, she gives you everything. Better professor.
Great experience.
Yeah. So
highly recommend it.
So happy.
So happy. Au revoir.
She definitely got me the most inspired and was the most effective at teaching me, because she really makes an effort to kind of pinpoint your specific way to learn.
Yeah, with your different learning styles and etc.
And she teaches you about them too, not just goes after them herself, but she lets you know what your style. She definitely got me the most inspired and was the most effective at teaching.
And if you're hungry for the language, she has things to feed you with, so that you can continue to practice and learn more. She grew up in France, and she's very familiar with the core topics.
I've heard good things about her online classes, and that's hard to do.
As a former educator, I know good teaching, and Rachele is at the top of the art of teaching, and I'm privileged to be able to tell you about her. I've enjoyed it. She makes it fun, and she's also makes you work.
She took my lifestyle, my everyday passions, and my learning style, and intertwined that to relate that to French, and that really motivated me. She has a big passion for helping out her students. She'll do everything she can to make you successful.
She's a great teacher for several reasons. One being how passionate she is about the language and the culture. Being from France, she has a lot to offer that I've decided to backpack Europe on my own. There's a quote by Albert Einstein, and it says, "Everyone is a genius, but if you ask a fish to climb a tree, he'll spend his whole life thinking he's stupid." So Rachele lets the fish swim, and the birds fly, and everyone gets to learn, and it's great. It's a great experience.
She's a native speaker of both French and English, which gives me more comfort in knowing that everything she says is right. Thanks, DeMeo.
It's been a really great class that I've taken this semester. I was a little bit reticent about taking an online class, especially in a different language, but I was really surprised, and I knew within the first week that it was a really effective, good curriculum that she had set. Really great, kind of seeing my French improve really big, and starting to think in French, which she really emphasizes.
She has taught me more French than I ever thought that I could possibly learn. She made it really, really fun and really a joy to learn. But she's a native French speaker, and I think that you get a lot more out of learning from a native than just somebody who has not lived there, basically. She gave us a lot of her personal experiences and expressions and just things that are really wonderful when you're trying to learn the language as a whole, not just the grammar or the vocabulary. So definitely she's a wonderful teacher, and I've really enjoyed learning French from her.
So when I was really amazed that I was able to interact and make conversation with them, and I wouldn't be able to do that without building my confidence in her class.
She makes it so you don't sound so textbook, but she just makes it so fun and so lively, and it's just for the student that wants to learn the language so they can actually use it in a. Anyways, I was really nervous about taking an online class, especially with the language, because you think, you know, oh my gosh, I need to be in a classroom to like really learn it. But she gives you all the tools and resources. And I had to take French with her because I absolutely love her teaching style, and I love the fact that she curtails all of her assignments and her teaching methods to your learning styles, and I couldn't imagine taking French with anybody but her. So if you're thinking about going to the language and learning it, then you definitely need to check her out, because you can't go wrong with Professor DeMeo. Thank you.
J'aime la classe, j'aime le cours en général. Elle donne les matériaux pour ton succès. Par exemple, elle a beaucoup de matériaux pour parler, pour écrire, pour juste beaucoup de matériaux pour ton succès. The way she teaches. C'est très bien pour moi et pour tout le monde. J'aime la classe, le cours, le français de Rachele DeMeo. Tu as pris la classe avec Rachel aussi. Je pense que tu as très succès aussi.
You know, what I found in Professor DeMeo's classes is that there's such an emphasis on individual students and the way that individuals learn, evolve, and get into the language in a way that really uses it well. And for those, there is, you know, resources that are visual and auditory, so you kind of get this really great mix. And I've never really met a student who walks away from a course in Professor DeMeo's without kind of really such improvement in their French or their language skills.
If you really want to learn, she is going to be there for you. That's why I really recommend, if you take her early on and you want to take her again later on, it's a really good idea, because how she wants to approach everybody according to their learning styles, and I think that's really helpful.
I really enjoyed her class, and I'm thoroughly going to miss it. I plan on continuing with my French studies, and it's definitely because I had such a fantastic teacher. It was very informative. I got a lot out of it. She's a really great teacher, and she really cares that her students are able to, learn the material.
It hit me that I was reading it in French, and I was understanding every word, and it just gets to that point where even if you feel overwhelmed, if you do what works for you, it will get to that point where it just clicks and everything makes sense. And every day I would try to apply what we had learned to my day-to-day basis. And, if I was going to a friend's house, my boyfriend's house, my house, or even if I was cleaning my room, doing laundry, just the simplest things, even if it's like a 4-sentence word, I just tried to say it in French, and that way it was ingrained in my head. It was like one of the nights that I started using it, I actually ended up dreaming in French, and I woke up so excited, and I told Rachele in class that day that I had dreamed in French, and it was so exciting to me.